Hi everyone, welcome, if not welcome back to Anita to Inspire. And today I just wanted to go into reflection mode, okay, and kind of share about, let's say, 5 things that I would tell freshman me coming into university with all this ray of sunshine and ambition. And I realized you are never too prepared. And for the longest time, I thought that my university experience is going to be quite directed because I kind of had watched all the YouTube videos, I had watched all the tips and tricks and advice and all these things, and I kind of had an image of what this season was going to be for me. And I guess in every season you will have experiences that are going to be unique to you, and so I am not curating this to be advice, rather that you have not heard already, but these are things that I could have been told in the beginning before coming in here, or I could have told myself, being that I have learned the things that I've learned throughout the year. I think this video is going to be out before Resurrection Sunday, so happy Resurrection Sunday. Yes, I acknowledge it as the reason for the season rather than the name that it has been given. I know that it is a day to commemorate the reason why we are here, the reason why we live to this day, the reason why we walk in joy and peace and abundance of hope for the salvation of all mankind. It is the day that Jesus rose from the dead. So for those of you celebrating with your families, with your loved ones, for those of you going to worship, I hope you're having a lovely one. I thought that I would share and come here to reflect because finals are almost done. I have 2 finals left, and I'm almost entering another season, which is the summer season into second year. So that's also going to be a whole different story of its own. But I would tell her that the same way you are planning to be slow to speak, be very quick to see what you hear. And the reason why I'm saying this is because there's going to be so many voices at university, not just people wise, but the cultures, the way your mind is oriented as a result of everyone coming here has something on their plate. Everyone coming here has some sort of accomplishment in terms of academics. They are meant to be here, right? And so amidst those voices, you have to be very quick to mute out what kind of, I'm going to say, affects the sunshine that you are, that affects your person, because it's so easy to be caught up in, oh my God, there's so many people here with such incredible things to their name, and so what do I have to offer? That noise too will come in, but you have to be very cautious of the things that enter your heart, of the things that enter your mind, of the things that you start to think about as everyone is speaking, as everyone is putting themselves out there to, do the most. And because they are men, they have capacity, they have potential, just like you. Okay, so guarding your heart is very important, and be prepared, because I know you're very prepared to be very calm in how you speak, in how you present yourself, but also be very, very, very prudent in how you listen. Okay, this second one, I know you know, but listen, come here knowing that you are going to have to change your routines, and that's okay. Okay, you're gonna come in and you're gonna have spare time. You're gonna be able to do your morning routine, your evening routine every single day for the first, I'm gonna say, month. Okay, everything is gonna be looking like you have free time, but as course load accumulates and responsibilities accumulate, you are going to change your schedules. You're going to learn how to stay up at night, okay? And that's going to be okay, because sometimes you need to push for excellence, right? So don't beat yourself up that your morning routine is not like how it was the first week of first year. Trust me, it's because it had to change. You had a lot of time at that time. They didn't give you a lot of course load because you were just new. They wanted you to get oriented into the school, and then it kicks in. Okay, so it's okay to switch up your routines. If today you weren't able to go to the gym in the morning, go to the gym in the evening. okay? That should not affect the non-negotiables in your life. And that's what I want to remind you. Just because your routine has changed, keep your non-negotiables. If there are things that you are supposed to do throughout the day that you cannot miss, do not let them go just because the time frame changed. Do not let them go just because the schedule changed, right? You have to be a flexible individual. And trust me, as you go forward, it's going to get more and more and more throughout the year. Like, you're going to change more, you're going to wake up earlier, or you're going to have to sleep later, or you're going to have to study more. And then the third thing is, that kind of ties into the second one. Learn how to verbalize your emotions, okay? So it's so hard for you to say yes or no or no, especially when you don't feel like doing something, because you're so easy to say yes. But I want you to learn how to communicate your opinion in a way that you are not feeling like it's disrespectful, because it's not. You are rather being more authentic, not with just yourself, but with the people that you are committing these things to. If you have a priority, you have to be able to communicate it. Keeping quiet is not wisdom. It hurts people. Not communicating when you're not able to make it, it hurts people. So you're gonna have to learn to set a standard, and that's very hard. But once you start taking the first step, doing it the first time, it won't be hard to do it the second time, because you feel so much peace with yourself and with the people, because people actually are very understanding with letting them down or with letting them know that you're not able to. Okay, they are. And sometimes it's just in your head, it's just in our heads that, oh my god, I have to always show up or else people are gonna be mad at me. They're not. This one kind of ties into that as well, because you've learned how to verbalize your emotions. If you're going to do something, do it properly. You are going to keep yourself accountable for the things you commit to. So you know that if I'm to commit to something, I might as well give my 100%. So that makes you more careful in what you decide to commit to, because you're going to be like, okay, if I'm supposed to do this thing, I will have to commit my 100% to it. So your scale at which you commit becomes more pricey, like it becomes more evaluated, in that when you put your name on something, it means you're going to do everything in your power to give it your all. And that means it's going to take your time, your resources, and your effort, right? That means you're not going to commit to so many things that you can't put yourself up to, and in the end doing them poorly, right? So you're keeping yourself accountable for the things you commit to. It makes you even selective on what you do commit to. Like, I will not commit to this because I know if I do, on top of every other thing I have committed to, I won't do it properly. Remember, he that is faithful in little shall be faithful in much. You have to be faithful in the little first. It doesn't say he that is faithful in much. So that means you are very selective in the little, because you want to be faithful in it, okay? You want to be faithful in it. And I know your issue is not the opportunities. Your issue is selecting which opportunities are for you. And you being excited about opportunities and stuff, you have to be prudent. And remember that at the end of the day, excellence is your virtue, and not being able to carry excellence in even one thing nullifies you doing many things at the same time. Keep that as a mantra. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it properly. Okay? You have to be very critically analytical with your life. Okay? And then this is the fifth one. And this is the one I want you to be like very attentive to. Allow those who want to give you a hug to give it to you. And you don't want to admit this, but you just don't know how to ask for comfort. And there's people in your life, even right now, throughout your journey, that have been open-armed every single day to give you the comfort that you need if you need it. At the end of the day, you are, I'm gonna say it as blatantly as it is, just a girl who has been driven by grace, and you are someone who has been comforted with the very comfort that God comforts us. So he has set people in place to give you that warm hug. And Anita, sometimes you need it. And it will save you so much friction if you allow them to give it to you. If you allow to just lean into their arms. Because sometimes It's not an angel that's gonna fly down and give you a hug. It's the people that God has set in place to comfort you. And so when things are not seeming pretty, do not beat yourself up. Do not weary down in unbelief, but walk to the people that have their arms open wide, because that support sometimes is the adrenaline you need to go forward. I've said this forever and ever and ever, and I'll tell you that the best thing you have done to yourself in first year is staying true to your values, no matter how crooked that path seemed for some people, or for you, you did. And that has been the biggest push through, that the biggest thing that always has caused you to push through, even in the midst of overwhelming circumstances. You've been able to come back out because you stayed true to your core and you stayed true to your values. Those of you that are walking into this journey, if you're listening to this little letter of mine to myself, maybe it's a good reminder to you. Maybe these are things that you should also keep in check. And I just hope that you remember that staying true to your values is going to be the one thing that, even when things seem dark, even when things are shaky and you feel like you're not on your Zoom, it will always kind of push you back to that Zoom. If you keep that core at the center, if you keep your God at the center, yeah, and if you keep running back to the presence rather than running away, it will always kind of refocus you. And no matter how much you feel like you've lost it, you really haven't, if you kept your values, if you kept your core, if you kept your faith, if you kept your belief in what brought you into that place in the first place. You are everything you think you are. You are exactly what you think you are. For those of you that are coming into uni, for those of you that are already in uni, watching this, and whatever season of your life you are in, and you're looking at this and you're like, yes, I do have to keep myself critically analytical about myself, because that's what keeps the smile on my face. Staying true to the things that I hold so dearly. Going back to those written notes, by the way, those written journals where I was so excited, where I was so pumped. Those things remind me, they help me stay grounded on my core, on my values. They help me remember that I am everything I have been dreaming and imagining. Every time I open that journal and I'm dreaming of these big things that I'm going to do at university, I am encouraged. I realize I'm encouraged. So, big tip, please journal. Please journal. Please note down those things that keep your blood pumping, because every time you go back to them, every single time you go back to them, you are going to be so encouraged. You're going to be so renewed, so rejuvenated. And how much more can I speak in this video? I wanted to keep it very short because, I just thought I would reflect overall summary of what this university experience was. And maybe we'll go into details in another video. But for now, stay inspired.